Hello guys, Colonel Ninny here.
The past 9 lessons have taught you how to physically fly and control the aircraft and what to do if you run into unusual flight situations. If you've practiced these things, you should be fairly competent and confident to carry on and use the aircraft as a weapons delivery platform, which is the modern term for a 1917 stick and string kite with a couple of machine guns strapped to it. In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to line up and fire the twin Spandau machine guns. And no, it's not going to be anything near as exciting as the introductory video. It's going to be shooting at static targets on the ground. The standard German machine gun for aerial warfare was the Spandau IMG-08, a substantially lightened version of the water-cooled infantry weapon. At its rate of fire, a quick squeeze on the trigger would fire about 5 rounds. Its belt-fed ammunition was about 250 rounds, and each gun would carry about 500. Running out of ammunition will often happen at just the wrong time. But you reset, left control R for both guns. Mounted on the nose of the engine so that the pilot could aim, fire, and reload them easily, meant that they had to fire through the arc of the propeller. And so they wouldn't shoot off their own propellers. There was an interrupter gear which synchronized the firing of the gun with the spinning of the propeller. They could also adjust the aiming point of multiple machine guns so that it would be the most deadly at a certain distance. This was called the convergence point. It's not a big factor for us in World War I fighting. The majority of the flying aces preferred to open fire on their opponents very close, say less than 30 meters. Canadian ace Billy Bishop was credited with bringing down an opponent after firing only 3 rounds. If you wanted to kill your opponent, you had to get in close. I do go into great detail in this video. The link is in the description below. It's well worth taking a look at. You can change your convergence on the preferences screen. I have it set to about 400 meters. So enough talking, let's go shoot something. As there is no single gun sight, we'll have to pick an aiming point just like we've done for approaches and landings. So we'll set up for a powered glide into this field. A quick squeeze of the trigger will show you where the rounds are landing, and that will be your aiming point. For me, it's just at the top of the knob. But you may be on VR, or you may be using a mouse, and you may be sitting at a slightly different height, so it may look different to you. So we can see where the rounds are landing easily. We're going to shoot at this house. A half roll with a reversal will line us up with the next target, a guard tower. The tower is slightly off to the left, so I have to turn towards it. And the turn doesn't give me any time to line up with the target. Heading back to the White House again, we're going to line up and try and shoot at the top windows. The Immelman maneuver will bring us back to the guard tower. But again, we find ourselves slightly to the right, and we have to initiate a turn to the left, holding the turn and firing as the aiming point comes across the nose will hit the target. My final run on the house, I want to try to hit the front door, which would be about the same size as a man in a cockpit. We're in a slight slip to the left, but it's being held straight by the rudder, so the bullets find their mark. Watch again as I'm also pushing the nose forward to keep the bullets on target. So the longer you can keep your aiming point on the target, the more rounds you can pump into it. Watch now how I use the rudder and spray the buildings from one side to the other. And finally, we're going to slow our speed down so we have more time on target. Watch this. And with a gentle application of rudder, I can rake the target from right to left. In Lesson 11, we will be looking at attacking ground targets, your first actual combat mission, followed by map reading and navigation, then an introduction to dogfighting, at which point you'll get your wings and be qualified pilots to go out there and fight for your country. If you've enjoyed this video and get some value out of it, please leave a comment and subscribe and like and all those usual things. But if you want to see more of these videos, specifically with the IL-2 Battle of Stalingrad, we've got about 150 training videos for you to look at. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.